All right, it's May 9th, 2022. Looking at the bridge that crosses the big Alamance Creek here in Alamance Village, North Carolina. We're here to continue our quest to visit every town center in the state, and I thought I'd stop down here because this town's laid out kind of like Hall River was. And we'll go down there and look at the river in just a minute, but first I want to just turn here and show you this sign. It says Alamance Cotton Mill, built by E.M. Holt. It was right here in this area, on this land. And they produce Alamance plaid, which is a big thing back in the day of weaving different colors together, I believe. So if you're into textiles, I'm sure you'd be interested in that. But this whole county and Alamance area right here was a big part of the Revolutionary War and the War of the Regulators before the Revolutionary War. And of course the Civil War played a role here as well. And you can see their sign, well, Village of Alamance. Incorporated in 1979, and there's some of their mill houses going up into the town center there. Let me run across real quick. See what we got down here. This is where they would have forded the creek. Every creek and stream, river, you know, that was with any bridges back then, so it could get dangerous at times when the water was up. So this is Tryon's camp before and after the Battle of Alamance. The militia of Governor William Tryon camped nearby along Alamance Creek in 1771. Yeah, he was part of that War of the Regulators, I believe. And they got a historic park near here. We'll do a video on that one day, but today we're just doing the town center. And they got one of these Civil War markers here, Civil War trail markers, if you're interested in learning about history and all the things that took place. But this talks about William Hardy and Joseph Johnson's Army of Tennessee, column of the Army of Tennessee here to Holt's Mill on the rainy morning of April 15th on the march west away from Sherman. And I guess they crossed right here, and looks like they got a picture of them marching in the rain there. What interests me here is it talks about in the midst of the peril of the crossing of the river, Colonel French, last name I got, realizing the danger to which the smaller boys were exposed, jumped from his horse and stationed himself in midstream just below the line of march, rescued several brave lads from death. And standing there, he watching his chance to save life. He was every inch the faithful officer and brave soldier, and that's why his men loved him. Yeah, that's something else right there. And he talks about the textiles. Can you imagine? And the way he talks about those men, you can tell they were young. You know, he was, I don't know, none of them were probably very old, but yeah, they were younger than him, so probably 18, 19, maybe even younger, in their 20s. But yeah, happening all right here in the Village of Alamance area. We're gonna get back in the car and run up the road there, and I'll show you their town hall and what I think's their town center. I decided to bring you down here first to the river and the bridge before we go into the town center. You can see the river down there flowing, and got a pretty good flow to it, so you can imagine if it was raining and that was up. Yeah, it's moving pretty fast right now. I can imagine 3 foot of water up above your knees and all could easily sweep you away with all your gear and stuff. Yeah, before bridges you had to go down and cross places like this. Alright, let's go up in town. We're in town now. Here's their town hall. Right here in this little business park, it looks like. There's a dentist office right there on the left. And up here on North Carolina 62, you have what is Main Street, I guess. They got a building over there that says Village Pond, but I think it's closed. And then there's a sign for some of the businesses in here. Up there's the post office, and then there's a little business right there with no name. That little Sitco right there, I went in there to use the bathroom and give me a little drink. What a nice bunch of people. I mean, you come to these small towns and you go to places like that, you'll just find everybody so welcoming. A lot of times in these big cities, you go in there, people's behind the counter, sitting there on their phones, won't even lift their head up hardly to talk to you. So that's why I kind of like small town living, I reckon. But down there, that's the way we came. That's where the big Alamance Creek was, and where they cross and all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little short walk and talk tour of the village of Alamance. And if you're in this area, come check them out. Definitely spend some money there in that Sitco and visit that battleground. We're going to do that one day ourselves, I think, but I don't know. I may go up there and take a look at it, but I believe I'm going to run over to Sweetsonville and do a town center video there. Anyway, I hope you liked this walk and talk tour. If you did, I appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and share. Y'all take care.